Thank you, dear Lord, for this group of men, dear Lord, that has such a great history with each other, the joy that we remember. We pray, dear Lord, that you will forgive us where we fail. So we come now as we are about to eat this food. We pray that you will bless it to the nourishment of our bodies and our bodies to your service. All these things we ask in Christ's name. So we pray, dear Lord, that you will be with us as we travel, when we go back home. Be guided, direct us in all things, that we'll be careful to give you the praise for it all. In Christ's name we pray. Amen. Amen. Amen.
Why don't you bring your monkey down here sometime and let him look around? He said, okay. So there, 2 later, here he comes, that little monkey that'll ring around his leg, chain, and come in there and dance around, and bartender said, well, golly, I'm glad you came to see us. He said, I'm glad you brought your monkey. He said, hell, turn him loose and let him play. So he took chain off of him, and the monkey run this, that, and that, jumped up against the wall, and down on the pool table, and picked up the cue ball and swatted it, looked around, and that bartender said, my goodness, said, you know, said, man, we're in trouble. Said, we're going to have a pool tournament this weekend, and now we don't have no cue ball. I don't know what on earth we're going to do. Said, what do something? He said, well, the only thing I know to do, I'll take him home, and if we can get that cue ball out, I'll bring it back down here. So here he comes. Look, Dave, he said, here's your cue ball. And he had his monkey with him. He said, wham, they brought that cue ball back. Said, yeah, he passed it last night. Said, I thought I'd bring it down here. And he said, well, I feel so much better. Said, hell, turn that monkey loose and let him run and play again. So he turned him loose, he ran and hit the wall and down on the pool table, kicked a grape up and looked at it and stuck it in his butt. And this guy said, what's that monkey doing? He said, you know, ever since he swallowed that damn cue ball, he measures everything before he eats.
I'm not going to speak very long. First off, I'm going to thank everybody for coming today. I got a phone call yesterday afternoon from Harvey Heiner, used to teach in Pittsburgh years ago, and I guess he's in the nursing home. He didn't make a lot of, I could tell he was a little confused when he talked to him a little bit, but he wanted me to be sure to tell you guys that he wished he could be here and he'd like to see you and talk to some of you. I think the thing I want to ask, see how y'all feel about continuing doing this. Personally, I'd like to keep doing this reunion every year. One of the problems that I'm having when it comes time to get the letters ready and get them sent out, if you guys don't let me know who died or who's sick or who has recently retired, there's a number of guys that I probably should have sent a letter to that I am not aware of that they retired. I need some help with that thing. You can get on the internet and put somebody's name in there, and you can find out how many years they've been in prison. You can find out how many traffic tickets they've had. You can find out how many lawsuits they've had. But you cannot find their address. It won't show up. Or their phone number. Of course, everybody's got a cell phone now. They don't put those in the phone book. So it's getting harder and harder, for me to track people down. And particularly, up there in Hopkins County where I live, if somebody retires up there in North Hopkins, I'll probably hear about it, before we meet again. But somebody who retires, say, like, for instance, I found out last week that here Lynn Dawson hadn't told me that, I would have never known that. And like I said, you can get on the computer, and I can find out how many years Jerry Diller's been in jail. I can find out how many tickets, how many XYs, I can find all that stuff out about it. But I can't get his address. Send him a letter to come. So what I would like to do, if it's okay with you, of course, if somebody else would like to do this job, I'd be more than happy to give it to you.
You're doing real good.
Well, thank you.
They'll definitely work hard.
I don't mind doing it. You know, not like some of you guys, you know, I didn't take a second job, so I'm fully retired. But other than babysitting my granddaughters and stuff, I do have a little time. People go hunting anymore and don't do much fishing anymore, so I do have time to do it. And like I said, I don't mind it. But if there is anybody that feels the need or want to take this over, I'd be more than happy to share it with you or need to help you with it. But what I need is you guys to help me with these guys that have retired, particularly recently, the ones that retired in the last 2 or 3 years. If they're not in Hopkins County, I probably haven't heard about it. And then it's even harder for me to get their address. So if somebody lives in, you know, the Longview district or something like that, and fairly close to you, you know, it's a whole lot easier for you to run it down and get their address and send it to them. And let me get them on the, what I call the roster, so to speak. And I'll be more than happy to send out a letter to them inviting them to this. But if we don't get some of these other guys interested in getting them here, you know, this thing's going to peter out as the rest of us get older and older. If you want to, I'll give you my email address, and you can just shoot it to me sometime during the course of the year if you know somebody. But I know if I had retired, they didn't send me an invite to it, I feel like maybe they didn't want me to come or something, you know. So I want them to feel that we want them here and they're welcome to come to us. One of the ways to do that is to send them that letter, you know, I try to get it out, you know, around the 10th or 11th of September so that we've got 5-6 weeks to plan to be here. But if you've got a pen or pencil, I'll give you my email address, and if somebody in your town or town close by, or you run into somebody up at the post office or a football game or church or wherever, get their address and shoot it to me, and then I'll put it on the list. I do need some help with that. So I did have that letter I sent you, I had my email address on there. If you still have it, if you don't, I can give it to you again if you want to take it down. And just don't buy any porn and send it to my address or anything like that. My wife don't understand those things. But anyway, you don't know what I put up with sometimes. You know, just running that letter off on her printer and not paying for the paper or the ink really pisses her off. So I kind of avoided that a little bit this year by, I said, well, here's the master, take it to your school, run me off 100 copies. You know, when nobody's in the copy room down there, you can sneak in there and get it. So, but anyway, my email address, it's all lowercase. It's johnboles.ss@hotmail.com. And the reason I got the .ss, when I started getting my email address, I didn't know there were that many John Boles in Texas. But I found out there's 3 or 4 in East Texas that already has that email address. johnboles.ss@hotmail.com. Get somebody's address, just shoot it to me. I'll put it on the list. And if you want to give me your email address, like if say somebody in Marshall retired, if I had Jerry's or Henry's or somebody's email down there, I could send you an email and say, hey, could you get so-and-so's address and send it to them? Of course, the way I look at it, you already sending it to me to start with. No, you understand what I'm getting at here? We need some help with this. And I think if we get some of those younger guys that just retired, get them coming, we can build this thing. Black. I know this is very important, Mr. Black. He started this thing, and it's been going for a number of years. This is the first year he's not here. And I think we should kind of maintain this thing just as in his memory for no other reason. It was very, very important to him. He always was, since I've been doing this, he always grabbed me and he wanted me to come over to his house, even though it was more trouble for me to go over there and do it with him. He was very actively involved. This was very, very important to him. And it meant a lot to him. And it meant a lot for him to come and see you guys.
How many years, John?
16 or 17, I think. I wrote it in that letter. I had to go back. I can't remember anything anymore. You know, getting half seen off all day. Anyway, that's all I've got to say. I don't know who has died. There's a lot of guys I send these out to. I never hear anything back from or know anything. There's sometimes the way I find out they've passed on is their letter comes back from the postman, and then I find out later they passed away. If I could get a little heads up on some of this stuff ahead of time, it sure would help. I want to put my master copy out. I want y'all to look at it before you go. Check your address, check your phone number. If you want to write your email address on there for me, please do so. And if there's somebody on there that I'm wasting 42 cents worth of postage on, plus an envelope, a letter, and so on, they've passed on that I'm not aware of, write the cease out there. So it'll help me on the record keeping up with this stuff. But I don't know, that's basically about all I've got to say. So anyway, before you leave, I want you to come by and look at this thing and look it over, see if there's somebody on there that I'm not aware of that possibly died. I haven't heard of anybody other than Mr. Black, or maybe somebody that I'm not aware of that passed away this past year. Like I said, if there's a newly retired person maybe add their name, and we can all work on trying to find their address. But you can send me an email any time of the year. I usually check my email every 2 or 3 days at least, sometimes every day. I'll get it sooner or later.
You need money?
I got enough. I think I got enough money. I think last I looked there was well over $100. I'll take care of it next year. So I was done y'all this year for postage. We got probably enough to do probably 2 more years actually. So
We're going to change the secretary.
y'all been very generous. We've got I haven't counted it. It's the envelopes got all that money in there, houses, that thing. So we got enough. Of course, they're all ones. They're not 20s or 100s. They don't take too many ones, to make one pretty thick. But I feel like we've got enough to cover the postage. Like I said, I was able to get my wife to run stuff off to her school this year. It didn't cost us anything on the printing and the paper. And she's getting ready to retire in January, so that won't happen next year. Anybody have any knowledge or news of anybody?
I got a question.
Yes,
Does
sir.
anybody else get these little diaries from the? It was late coming this year, and what's his name? Daniel, Glenn Doctor told me that they told him they wasn't gonna get it anymore because you didn't need it, you put it in your computer. I can't put it in my computer. I don't know about any of you other old folks. But I was sure glad that I've been keeping, I've got a copy ever since 1959. And so if you want to know the history of what happened in 1970, I can tell you all that.
Well, Richard, if I got a problem with my computer, I get my 8-year-old granddaughter to show me what to do.
I know what you mean there. I can't even do that.
Let me, get this out, turn it around.
John, could I say a word?
Yes, sir.
I'm Jodan Boyd. I'm going to ask Bruce Hunnicutt to hold this and point it toward me while I talk here. If you can see me in there, you're in good shape, okay?
I got you.
I'm the State FFA President, 52, 53, up in Winsboro, Texas. The greatest change agent in my life was a guy named Bill Pollard, who was the ag teacher when I was there. He saw something in me that nobody else in high school or in FFA even had seen in me. And I think agriculture teachers and FFA are by anybody's measure the greatest youth organization there is anywhere in the history of the world. Some of you were kind enough to let me interview you briefly over here by the wall a while ago. I asked you to tell me your name, what you taught, and what you thought was your most satisfying accomplishment as an ag teacher. And I got a dozen or so of you to do that for me. I have a YouTube channel online, which I put Ira Black's funeral online. By the way, if any of you did not get to attend that and you'd like to see it, Marcus Hill speaks on it, and Pete Adrian, the preacher at the First United Methodist Church in Sulphur Springs, spoke. A few other people spoke. All that's online, and to find it, you go to www.youtube.com. Then you search for the Jodan Boyd channel, YouTube channel. And then, when you get there, you put in Ira Black funeral. And it'll come up and you can watch it in real time. And it was a beautiful ceremony for those of you who weren't there. Marcus Hill always makes a wonderful speech, and he was at his best on that day. Some of you may not be quite old enough to remember when Ira Black retired from being Area 6 Supervisor. I happened to be there at the first meeting after his retirement, in which all of the ag teachers from Area 6 at that time, I don't remember what year it was, but it was a little bit after the Parole Commission. And he promised at that time, he said, I won't run your association for you, but I'll help you, you know. And he did for the rest of his life, continued to do that. But his funeral is online, and I want to document this meeting here today. I want to put those 10 or 12 interviews that I got on the YouTube channel. And the way you find it is, as I just told you, go to YouTube online, and then go to the Jodan Boyd, search for Jodan Boyd channel, and then go to either Ira Black's funeral, or you can, for this one, you'd ask for area, you would search for Area 6 Ag Science Teachers Reunion. And I'd like to end up here when I take the camera back from Bruce, is just go around and hold it and ask, I'd like to hold it in front of each one of you for just like 20 seconds and let you say your name and where you taught at. That's all. And I'll just go down the line. We'll get all of you documented who are here. You don't have to do anything to say your name and where you taught at. Is anybody willing to do that for me? Does anybody have a problem with that? Okay, let me just say one other thing. The year that I finished, that I was in college right after being state president, some of you may know that I was the first state president to make it a full-time job, and then soon after that it became a requirement pretty much to make it a full-time job. And I have my ag teacher, Bill Pollard, to thank for that, because at the time that I was elected state president, there was no scholarship standing waiting for the state president. And it was only a few years later that they had a scholarship ready and waiting. And I was working on my American Farmer degree at that time, and I decided to spend that year working on my American Farmer degree and
being State FFA President. And I just have to say that was the most transformative year of my life. And after that, I spent 2 years at the National FFA magazine. And I attended almost every VOAG Teachers Association, Texas VOAG Teachers Convention for both of those years I was with the the National FFA magazine. And a lot of you recall that at that time, that was before we had the subscriptions as a part of the dues. And at that time, you had to send in your money to subscribe to the National FFA magazine. And what we were trying to do was convince you guys, those of you who were teaching in 1958, 59, the year that I was at the FFA magazine, trying to get you to switch over to having part of your dues so that we could save money like John's talking about and sending his letters out. If we all put our email address on there, that'll cut his expenses 100% on sending out the word for this reunion. So if you have email, you really need to give it to him, and he won't have any. The only thing he'll have to do is take the time to write one email and put all of us on it. And he can send it out, and we'll all get the same email, and at no cost to anybody. And his wife will be happy. So let's all do that if you want. I'm going to take the camera, and I'm just going to walk around here and point at the camera and ask each one of you to just give me your name, where you taught ag, and that's it. See, I've got enough time to do that. Okay.
You don't need all of it.
Just take a second.
Butch Greer, Grand Sling. Ed Bailey, Grand Sling.
Doug Maker, Sims.
Richard Benson, Sulphur Springs.
Bert Bullock, Winsboro.
Tom?
Sulphur Springs, Texas. Sulphur Springs.
Give your names.
John Boles, Sulphur Springs.
Clifton Woodley, Marshall.
Steve Woodley, Commerce.
Bill Jones, Oak Hill.
Henry Woodley, Marshall.
James Maxton, Mount Pleasant.
Good, Giles.
Charles Boyle, Carlton.
Roger Arnold, North Hopkins, and Kilgore.
Curtis Walker, Silver Bluff.
Sam Hollingsworth, Hawkins.
Gary Boyd, Union Road.
Bruce Hunnicutt, Mount Vernon.
Craig Ingram, Rivercrest.
David Maxton, Mount Vernon.
Richard Lee, Big Sandy, and Saltillo. Clyde Griffin, Robert E. Lee High School, Tyler.
Thank you, and I want to say I salute every one of you.
I'm Dr. Roger K. Arnold. I live in Commerce. I was an ag teacher for a long time at North Hopkins High School, and where I had a lot of success with FFA members and judging contests and livestock shows. And one of the greatest things I think I had was the year in '49 that we had the state dairy judging first place team and went to Waterloo, Iowa for the National Dairy Congress and participated in the National Dairy Cattle Judging Contest where we were named Gold Emblem Team. I enjoyed my stay in North Hopkins, and then later I went back to school, college, and got my PhD, and then I was a teacher at Kilgore for a while, and then I moved to East Texas State University, which is now Texas A&M Commerce, as a teacher trainer. My work with the FFA and vocational agriculture has been great for me and my family.
Where'd you get those degrees?
I got a bachelor's degree at East Texas State. I got a master's degree at Sam Houston State in Huntsville, and I finished my PhD at Texas A&M Commerce.
Wow. Thank you.
Relevant deal. I've enjoyed my time. My wife and I were good partners. She helped me a lot, and worked with the FFA.
What's her name?
Jean R. She raised 3 fine boys. They all were in ag. Our youngest son was runner-up, Western National Diversified Farming American Farmer degree. But anyway, I've enjoyed my time with ag and FFA. Thank you.
Thank you, Roger.
My name is Bert Bullock. I taught in Winsboro High School from 1964 until 1994. I feel like the greatest accomplishment I've had was dealing with the students I had. In those 30 years, I was able to teach 2 and maybe 3 generations of people that I grew up with and lived with all my life, and whom my mother and daddy taught, their ancestors. That was a great return and reward for me.
Thank you, Bert Bullock.
I'm Richard Lee, and I taught ag in several different places in Texas. I retired down at Big Sandy, but I spent probably most of my time at Saltillo, a small school up in Hopkins County. Having taught ag, there's many things that I did that I'm proud of, and I think what I'm proud of more than anything else is the leadership things that I taught with the FFA, and I had students to go on to do great things, and I like to take part, think that I had something to do with it. And I have a son, for example, who's county judge, Franklin County, and his speaking abilities, I think, came from taking agriculture and entering into the FFA politics. And so anyway, that's probably one of the greatest things that I feel like that I accomplished.
Thank you, Richard Lee.
I'm Bruce Hunnicutt. I taught ag 2 years at Wascom ISD, right out of SFA, and then I moved to my hometown of Mount Vernon, where I got to teach with Charles Stretcher for 1 year, who was one of the biggest influences in my life. And after he passed away with cancer, after the second year that I was there, and kind of took over the land judging part that he had made his legacy, and I enjoyed teaching ag there at Mount Vernon for 25 years, and in 2006 I retired, and we took kids all over the country for land and range and shows, and just being around the kids and being a stable figure for lots of kids that didn't have a stable home life was probably one of the best things about the ag program. Now that I've retired, the last 2 years, I've gone back and started helping the kids at Mount Vernon. The new teacher they got there didn't know anything about land judging, so I helped them train a team 2 years ago that went to the Nationals, first year out of the box. Then turned around and they won the home side evaluation in the state this year and went to Nationals again. Same kids, just a different contest. So I'm always got ag program dear to the heart and will the day I die. I have a daughter that started teaching ag in Livingston, Texas this year, and my son Brady taught in Henderson for 3 years. So the ag program is pretty deep in the bloodlines in my family, so, and I'm sure it always will be. It's the greatest program that I can think of anywhere in the world for kids. Leadership, development, just takes a kid that doesn't really know anybody or know how to present himself and can be a good individual and can learn to talk to people and do things that they don't normally if they don't have somebody push them to do, they won't do it. So it's been a great influence on my life, and I'll throw in there, my wife's not here today, but she's a retired ag teacher too, and she took my place at Mount Vernon when I retired for another 5 years, and kind of carried on the tradition.
What's her name?
Becky Hunnicutt, and she's still got school at heart because she's doing a long-term sub job for a teacher over at Winsboro ISD this week, and well, she's been there for 6 weeks now. So,
What was her name again?
Becky Hunnicutt, and so she retired in 2011. We're enjoying life. Ag's been good to us, and we're just basically living a good life. We do what we want to do when we want to do it. So, but it's because of the people that, like the ones that are here today, that we made friendships with over all the years, that's the reason we're back. And we come back here every year if we can, unless for some unforeseen reason. But great group of people. The ag community, they're just like family. I have enjoyed my time teaching and being retired. That's about it.
Wow. Thank you, Bruce Hunnicutt.
My name is John Boles. I taught ag at Sulphur Springs High School for 30 years. My total experience was 38 years. I've been retired now for going on 7 years. During my teaching career, I think probably my most significant or important accomplishment was when my son got his American Farmer degree through our program.
What's his name?
Michael. And he's now working for City National Bank. He's one of the loan officers there. And all of my children went through the ag program at Sulphur Springs. All of them were involved in showing dairy cattle, sheep, hogs, and, all the animals we had. I always felt like Sulphur Springs had one of the best ag programs in the state. Won a number of awards over the years, won a lot of state contests, a lot of national contests and awards. I feel like we had a very good program, and I'm very proud to be a representative of Sulphur Springs High School.
Thank you, John Boles.
Okay. My name is Bill Jones, VKL. Taught for 37 years, 31 at DKL. My greatest accomplishment, I think, is we got along with my students and fellow ag teachers.
Anything else? Okay. Thank you, Bill Jones.
Okay, my name is Clyde E. Griffin. I taught vocational ag for 35 years. I graduated from A&M in the pretty dark ages in 1962. The first 5 years I've taught at a place called Hardin, Texas, in Liberty County. I wanted to be a good ag teacher, so I found the two best ag teachers in that area down there. And they taught me as much as I learned in college. Then I moved to art for 2 years, and then my old ag teacher, Mr. Lawson Sal, retired from Robert E. Lee, and I was at Robert E. Lee for 28 years. I have a lot of things I'm proud of. First thing, the last 15 years I taught, I had a meat slam, and I've taught a lot of kids that's still in the Brookshire grocery and Souls food business, and I'm really proud of that. And I talked with a guy named, well, okay, that's good.
Thank you.
Thank you
Very much. Clyde Griffin.
Clyde Griffin.
My name is Butch Greer. I taught 1 year at Aubrey, Texas, and 29 years at Grand Saline. And my most accomplishment is developing students that have become successful in many different areas.
Thank you, Butch Greer.
My name is Ed Bailey. I taught school ag in 3 places. The first school I taught was in Crawfordville, Florida, January 1966 to July of 67. Then I went to Maud, Texas, taught from July of 67 till July of 1974, and I went back home to my hometown of Grants Lane, Texas, taught from July 1974 till June of 1998, and I retired. I guess my most proud accomplishment in teaching that high school ag, I have 2 former students. That one is still a superintendent, but another one is he's a retired superintendent. And I have students that have went into different types of trades that they learned when I was teaching ag in high school.